Hello, my fellow Stellar Gamers. It's your gal, GamerGalax792, and welcome back for another episode of Heavenly Mist. Well, as you can clearly see, I think we're dead. So last time, we started this little light novel. Just an FYI, once more, it is a boys love light novel, so that is going to be a theme. So just heads up, but we started this. We are at a shrine. We're at Heavenly Mist Mountain, where we're playing a boy named Astor. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And our sister Shelly bought us tickets to this place, and now we got hit on by a shrine priestess. We ended up losing our where the hell we were going, and I'm pretty sure we died after the mist came. So we're gonna find out right now if we're dead or not. So place your bets in the comments. Let's continue. Are we dead? Huh? The impact is not as hard as I expect. Whatever my body just slammed into was definitely softer than the ground. Is it mud? Are we drowning? Are we suffocating? What happened? I'm pretty sure my fall was from pretty high up, but my body doesn't feel pain at all. Dude, I think it's because we're dead. Oh! Yo, is it God? Are we talking to God? Hey, how long are you planning to lie there? You aren't that light. Oh, excuse me, are you shaming me for my weight? Dude, that's rude. Hello? Now that my senses are back in order, I could feel the object below me, warm with a skin-like texture. So, are we not dead? It can't be that much of a coincidence, right? Oh! Well, this isn't what I was expecting. I try opening my eyes. Oh! Okay, so we are alive. And looks like we're lying on a guy. So we're not dead. Got it. Come on, man. I know you didn't hit your head. Just get off me already. Oh, hello. I find myself lying face up on some guy's chest. His body looks lean, but still toned. His hard stomach pressed on me serves as confirmation. God, I can read. Oh, hello, sir. Thanks for breaking my fall, I guess. Hey, did the fall knock out your sense of hearing? His tone is still harsh, but he seems to be concerned after waving his hand over my face. How would you wave a hand over your face? Anyways. His tone is still harsh, but he seems to be concerned after waving his hand over my face. Are we sure we're alive? Oh, hello. Embarrassed, I immediately scrambled to get off him and sit back. Sorry, I didn't expect something like this to happen. How did you get here? Didn't you see? I fell off So glance upwards, there is nothing but the sky above a layer of foliage directly over our heads. Are we sure we're not dead? Now that I think about it, there is nothing normal about my current situation. No one should have survived such a long fall. Ooh, pretty! What did you say you fell from? I've been here for a while, and I'm pretty sure there's nobody was watching me from a tree. Oh crap, did I really warp myself into another universe? Or maybe I actually died from the fall and I got reincarnated into the body of a skilled spy that this guy didn't notice. But that means we should be able to warp our way out. I look down at my body. Nope, other than the extra layers of dust, I am wearing clothes I put on this morning. I place my hand closer to my face and examine it closely. It's still the same old hand. I do need to trim my nails soon, though. Hey, what are you doing? I look up to see the guy staring at me, puzzled. I'm just checking out my body. For injuries, I mean. You appeared out of nowhere and slammed me to the ground without warning. Since I cushioned your fall, shouldn't I be the one who needs their injury checked? Now I'm certain I'm in my own body. This comment about appearing out of nowhere catches my attention. This appearing out of nowhere shouldn't have been that kind of out of nowhere, right? What do you mean out of nowhere? How did you know? Literally out of nowhere. Like, you came to existence out of nowhere. I saw with my own very eyes. My very own eyes. As he says this, he cautiously stares at the ground around where I landed, as if he is looking for some sort of summoning circle. I start to feel nervous. From what I observed so far, I'm in my own body, and I suddenly appeared in a strange force after falling off a tall cliff. Doesn't it sound like this is the run-of-the-mill start of some isekai novel? Maybe! If the one starts with someone falling off a cliff. My eyes dart back to the guy, still busy examining the ground. Could he be a local resident of this universe? He is more curious and surprised by my strange appearance, as if it's not something completely unexpected. Is this a place with teleportation magic or something? Dude, you read way too much. And that's coming from me! Judging from his appearance, this era should be close to ours. While he dresses a little strange with those weird gloves, his clothes clearly look modern. At least I won't have to deal with the medieval era. Okay! Jump scare? Dude, why you get all up in my face? Evil? What are you talking about? Flinching at his words, I hastily step back. Don't scare me like that. I was just thinking about something. Thinking? Thinking about what? About what magical powers you might possess. Magical powers? I still don't know what you're talking about. Damn, did I say the wrong thing? His reaction is quite extreme. Perhaps magical power is prohibited in this world, and anyone using it could be burned alive. Yeah. Okay, I see why his sister decided to send him out now. Dude. Again, you read way too much, and that's coming from me. But from the looks of you, you are more likely to be a mercenary than a magician. I know nothing about magic, I swear. Surprisingly, the young man started laughing. Sorry, but your sense of humor is so bizarre. I couldn't help it. Magic? Mercenaries? What day and age are we in for you to believe something like that? Crap! So this is just a normal modern-day alternate universe? How am I going to survive this world without legal identification? Oi! Stop laughing! Oi! Are we Australian? Or is that the right one? I don't know nowadays. Magic doesn't exist, and how do you explain how I got here? What? You're saying that you got here by using magic? Something happened. The young man suddenly stopped laughing. He narrows his eyes at me, as if I crossed his nerve by mentioning magic. No, it's just a figure of speech. I was just minding my own business, and then you suddenly appeared here. You said you just fell off of something, right? Well, I was minding my own business, walking alongside a cliff, and the ground suddenly abandoned me, and now I am here. Hey, don't start laughing again. It's not that funny. Plus, why are you alone in the middle of a forest anyways? That's something I would like to figure out myself. Huh? He stops laughing a second time, and he gives me a long look, as if he is contemplating something. What? Does that mean you are also lost here? Right, I suspect that I arrived here the same way you did. I was just visiting this mountain called Heavenly Mist. Have you ever heard of it? Wait, you're telling me this guy is here too? Same here. I was on the mountain at Heavenly Mist too. This is quite embarrassing. So, he also started from the same place I did. Does this mean we have both teleported into another world? I feel a bit more relieved now that I know we are in the same situation. Maybe we can rely on each other to overcome this predicament. I was scaling the mountain when this mist appeared. The steps led me straight into a cliff, and I slipped right over it because the mist was way too thick. Next thing you know, I found myself laying here already here. What I did was a bit different, but I guess the end result is still the same. I've been lost here for over a day, and I haven't found the way to leave yet. Maybe your arrival is necessary for me to leave. Wait, you've been lost for a day? How come no one has called the freaking police? The name's Lambert. Nice to meet you. Let's work together and find a way to leave this place. Lambert? Well, it's nice to meet you. As he approaches and reaches out his hand at me, I could feel my heart skip a beat. Oh. Oh, Astor, you're taking a liking to Lambert. Astor. And yes, I would like your help as well. This is just all too strange for me. Now that my head is clear from the deceived feeling left after the fall, I finally have a chance to examine Lambert. He appears to be quite attractive. Being stuck together with him suddenly doesn't feel that bad after all. Well, I think it works fine for you, dude. So back to what I was saying before. I ended up here while climbing Heavenly Menace Mountain 2. This place looks like a huge forest, but this place you can actually go seems pretty limited. Limited? What do you mean? This forest looks so huge. How could it be called limited? All I could see around me are trees after trees, not even a sight of man-made structures. That must mean I am pretty deep in the forest. When I was on the bus to Heavenly Mist, I saw a town near the mountain base and many electrical poles that extended towards the sky. I can't even see them now. I had hoped we are still in the near vicinity of Heavenly Mist, but I don't think that was the case anymore. No, you're actually right. I think we are still in the vicinity of mountain, we're just not seeing it. As I explained before, this forest is fairly limited because there is a loop-back mechanic here. Most of the paths in the forest are actually blocked. If you go straight to any single direction, you end up circling back to your starting point. Now that I think about it, you should probably take this. Lambert gives me a pair of binoculars. You probably brought it for some sightseeing? Astor, try looking up, towards that direction. I look at the direction you point through the binoculars. Oh, it is Heavenly Mist! It's the shrine! No way! Isn't that Heavenly Mist? That tower in the distance looks a lot like the shrine from before. But that couldn't be. I remember seeing a town right below the mountain. This place is just a freaking forest. I turn back and look at Lambert in bewilderment. Oh, yo, what's up, man? Welcome down to the chat box. As you can see, this place doesn't look like anywhere below the Heavenly Mist we saw before. No sign of civilization, as far as the eye can see. You said that you have been here for over a day. Why didn't you try going there? I see the staircase, and at least there's a building up there. You can look for help. I would if I could. Look. Lambert pulls something out of his pocket and opens it. It is a pocket knife. I flinch and jump backwards awkwardly. What are you planning to do with that? Hey, the shrine lady said no violence. I tell you, killing people only sends you to jail. Don't tell me this guy is one of those crazy lunatics who thinks this is a battle from the last man standing. I thought those things only happen in anime. Great. Is he looking for the best place on my body to stab? I feel unnerved by his gaze and clumsily try to move behind a tree. You're the one with quite the wild imagination. You think I'm going to stab you? No way. So why did you brandish a weapon out of the blue? Do you enjoy scaring the people you just met? That's not it. I just want to show you something. Come here. Show me that you can stab me anytime, perhaps? What if there's a sinister plot around here that forces strangers to kill each other to leave Heavenly Mist? Trust me, the first person I'd kill is the person who orchestrates such a dumb plot if that's the case. I am taken aback by his level of seriousness, as if he is totally confident he can do it. Now I feel like he could be a real lunatic. Jeez, man. Don't be paranoid. Just come take a look. Come take a look. Lambert turns toward a tree and carves an arrow into its bark. As I mentioned before, this place is like an enclosed space. It's impossible to find the right direction here. He points to the sun above. The sun has stayed in the exact same place since I arrived. Even though I said I've been here for over a day, I don't feel thirsty or hungry at all, as if time is frozen here. My stomach lurches at his words. This is unbelievable. Everything he says is totally illogical and completely impossible. No way. You have to be lying, aren't you? I try opening my smartphone to look at the compass app. It brings up an error. It's no use. Your compass doesn't work here. It could just be interference caused by our surroundings. I can't take your words as fact. That's why I have to demonstrate for you. Look closer. Lambert points at the arrow mark he carved on the tree. Now, what does a mark on the tree have anything to do with... Huh? How's that possible? In front of my eyes, the previously deep carving shrinks into a thin mark, as if it is disappearing. Keep looking. Don't stop yet. I keep staring at the mark as it keeps thinning itself out. After just a few minutes, it completely vanished. Unbelievable. I tried touching the tree, hoping to convince myself that I only fell victim to a visual trick. Now look, it feels as if it didn't get slashed in the first place. Now do you believe me? I tried using my knife. Hold on, I need a water sip. Hold on a sec. God, okay. Sorry about that. I tried using my knife to mark my direction to make sure I'm not walking in circles, but the marks keep disappearing. Trying to mark the ground doesn't work either. Every time I try leaving this little clearing, I just find myself back here after a certain distance. If the mark keeps disappearing, how would you know that you returned back to the original place? Once I make a really deep carving and sprint in a certain direction, by the time I got back, I could still see a thin mark. And it starts to look familiar after you return to it a couple dozen times. If what he says is true, then the situation is a lot more dire than I first expected. Can I try what you did again? I'll walk in a certain direction while you stay put. Let's see if I end up back here. Sure. Do you want the knife to mark your path? I can lend it to you for now. I am surprised at his offer. A weapon is one of the most important tools in an unknown environment like this. Even though this forest seems peaceful, we don't know if there could be some dangerous animal that can jump out at us. We don't even know the rules of this place. If we end up not finding a way out, could one of us come to the conclusion that this is a death march? A death match? We just arrived here and we could still think rationally, but once panic sets in, I don't know what he would do. Heck, I don't even know what I would do. Now I'm just scaring myself. All of a sudden, I feel something cold pressed against my palm. Oh, hi again. Stop with the jump scares. I look to see Lambert's face so close to mine. What are you doing so close to me again? I jump back, looking down at the thing he placed in my hand. It is the pocket knife. Why are you giving this to me? I didn't say I need this. Why would he surrender his own advantage so easily? You looked busy daydreaming, so I made that decision for you. You needed to navigate the forest. And what about you then? What if I just take it and leave? What if this place turns out to be dangerous? What if I decided to stop? Wow, man! You're gonna do that to the guy that you just said was attractive? Jeez, I see your priorities are set. Lambert suddenly grinned and looked at me straight in the eyes. My face turned red again. Curse handsome people. You don't need to worry about me. I can deal with whatever comes my way, even without a weapon. You're the one who should be worried. That sounds more like a threat than reassurance. Hasn't anyone told you that you have a wild imagination? Oh, the only one you don't need to fear in this place is me. If the situation comes to the worst, my top priority would still be helping you leave. You're being awfully supportive of a stranger you just met. Probably because you seem like a good guy. You were worried about me after all. I'm not. I was just telling you about some hypothetical situations. Looking at him, I feel more reassured and hold the knife close to my chest. If he decided to trust me, I should trust him as well. Also, I'm sure you won't be able to land a hit on me, even if you have a weapon. It's only fair you keep it for now. I take that back. This guy's not trustworthy at all. Looking at his muscular biceps compared to my thin arms, it's not impossible that he could still overpower me, even without a weapon. Hey, it's amusing trying to guess what conclusions you can come up with, but we should return to reality. What about it? You should start by trying to leave this clearing. See if our experiences are similar. Try carving it at least 1 inch deep. The carving would stay for at least a few minutes. If after 5 minutes you haven't returned, then I would try following you. If you get warped back, we'll try figuring that out together. I gave you the knife partly because I want to try figuring it out faster. The faster we come to the same understanding, the faster we can cooperate. You get me? Alright, I guess. Guess I'll give it a shot. If in 10 minutes I don't see anything strange, I'll come back to find you. I appreciate it. Go on now. I could feel my heart skipping another beat. In a fleeting moment, I sensed his smile softening and his words becoming kinder than before. Just you wait, Lambert. Maybe you do need a genius like me to lead us out of this. I turned around and started walking in the direction of the shrine we saw earlier. 10 minutes afterward. Alright. You know what? A little longer. Let's do some investigating. After walking around for a while, I start to lose my sense of direction. Everything around me looks the same. Only the marks of the trees reassure me that I'm advancing forward. Now I get why you said I would need this pocket knife. This forest is really quiet. Sometimes I would encounter areas covered in mist, and that makes it even harder to follow one direction. The trees also look really similar to each other, which made it even harder to distinguish. I wonder if he was alright back there. What if I managed to escape and he's still stuck in the forest? The knife in my hand feels heavier with the thought. We should have left together, but it's him who decided to give this knife to me. Oh, there's still time for both of us. I turned around, suddenly finding the marks I had left earlier to record my previous tracks. Oh, guess who's back? Oh, hi! Startled, I look around and see Lambert behind some tree bushes. He's facing a completely different direction from where I came from. How did you get here? Were you following me? I walk up to Lambert, a feeling of dread creeping up my stomach. No, I didn't. Come take a look here. My eyes is drawn to the tree bark that Lambert points at. Then I see a barely visible yet familiar mark. It has almost vanished, but it's unmistakably the same carving I left before. So, sorry. So what you said was true all along. This experiment showed that both of us are affected by this forest limits, so to speak. Why are you so calm about everything? You're basically trapped here. Because this problem has happened to me before. It just makes sense that your situation is no different. If you think about it, the fact that you managed to get here means that there must also be a way for us to leave. Since we're both already tried going along before, let's try going together. His calmness helps me calm down. I decide to follow his lead. Looking down at the pocket knife, I wonder what I should do with it. Ooh, what should I do with the knife? I mean, it's technically his. It's technically his knife. He only just let me borrow it while I was out exploring. So, let's give it back to him. It's technically his. I decided to give the knife back to him. It belonged to him in the first place. Exactly. He just let me use it while I went to go explore. And since he offered his trust to me first, I should show that the feeling is mutual. Here's your knife back. He looks taken aback by what I offered. What? Why do you look so taken aback? This is yours, man. Why are you giving me that look? Don't misunderstand this. Since you're gonna lead the way anyways, you might as well keep it. I'm not that good at using these kind of things, and carving deep marks into trees is tiring enough. Thank you, Astor. Even though he has been helping me the entire way, this is the first time I reflect on him saying my name. I like it. Oh, Astor, do you actually like Lambert? I should stop thinking about it. He's probably straight. It would be too much of a coincidence for him to be anything different. Oh, well. Goddamn, well, way to ruin the mood. Well, let's just get going already. About another 10 minutes. Here we go again. Here we are again. Lambert stares at the thin mark on the tree thoughtfully and mumbles to himself. So traveling with someone else is not the solution either. I guess what's wrong, I guess. There has to be some loophole. The stricter the conditions, the more energy you should require to actually maintain this place. And they shouldn't be that powerful. What are you talking about? I thought I was the one with the wild imagination. Just wondering what I could have missed. I think it has something to do with that misty areas we came across. Those areas must be the catalyst causing us to walk in circles. But they are spread out in all directions and are really hard to avoid. Now that he mentions it, the misty places sure are strange. There are no logical patterns of them showing up, and it's quite easy to get lost in them. Wait, getting lost in the mist? Why does it all sound so familiar? Yeah, she told us earlier! Estelle told us earlier! If you ever get lost in the forest around heavily mist, the charm will point you in the right direction. Heavenly Mist! Heavenly Mist? What are you talking about? Oh, I just remembered something the priestess at Heavenly Mist told me. Huh? What is it then? You remember that she was giving each visitor a charm, right? She told me that if I ever get lost in the forest, the charm will lead me the right way. I thought it didn't make sense back then, but could it be a specific for this situation? No way. I thought that... Hmm? Never mind. How about you try taking that charm out and navigate through the mist? Has he tried it before already? Wow, you are surprisingly agreeable towards this idea. Huh? Like, usually people would dismiss this as unscientific or superstitious or something like that. Lambert let out a noise that suspiciously sounds like a cough and he looks quite flustered. Well, does anything that happened so far seem any bit scientific to you? True. So he's actually a believer of this kind of stuff. Just putting up a cool front. Huh? What's so funny? Nothing. Let me just pull it out. I took the charm out of my pocket. Its glass heart bead gleamed underneath a ray of light that had found its way through a crack of light above. At first I thought this pretty trinket design was just to promote the legend of the area, but now it feels a bit more important. How is that supposed to tell us the way, though? The glass heart is half transparent, so there's clearly nothing like a GPS device inside. That would be kind of weird if there was one in there, Astor. It just looks like a normal glass bead attached to a piece of red string. Oh. How are we supposed to hold it? From here, I guess? I hold the charm up from the loop at the top of the string. Nothing unusual happens. This seems pointless. Not quite. But nothing is happening. Remember about the mist? Let's get going. Maybe the charm will help us navigate through only the mist areas. You might be right. Let's go. I just keep holding it like this. I hold my fingers that have the loop wrapped around it. Yeah, just keep it like that. Tell me if you feel anything unusual. He really believes this, doesn't he? I nod and follow him closely through the unknown forest. After a while, we arrive at another misty area. Suddenly, I feel a hand over my own. It's just so we won't get separated. I nod and try to ignore my racing heart. This is the first time I'm actually holding a guy's hand after realizing my own orientation. Of course I am nervous. This is nothing to be embarrassed about. Lambert tugs my hand after he realizes that I'm not moving. What's wrong? He let go of my hand. Did I make you feel uncomfortable? I immediately grab his hand back. Not at all. I like it that way. I immediately clamp my mouth shut after realizing what I just started out. Oh my god. Astor is a mood. Wait, that came out wrong. No, it's not that it... No, it's wrong again. Oh my god. He's adorable. You don't need to get that nervous. It's the first time I did something like this with someone else, actually. He tugs and gestures to our joined hands. For some reason, I feel quite comfortable around you. Oh. Are you also into guys, Lambert? Just curious. Is that so? Also, your blushing face is kind of cute. Oh my god. He might be guys, but let's not get our hopes up. He might just be a nice guy. Let's not get our hopes up. Alright, let's go. Be sure to pay attention to that charm in your hand. Alright. Lambert says as he drags me toward the misty area. What was that? You don't just casually say something like that and then change the subject. But as I felt his warm hand on mine, I started to feel a bit of hope. Everything will turn out alright. As we walk deeper and deeper in the area, I start to lose sight of my surroundings. Suddenly, I feel something tugging at the string looped around my fingers. Stop! Lambert freezes and turns back to me concerned. Did something happen? I hold up the string so he could see what is happening at the charm. It's moving. Even though there is no wind, the glass heart is pulling me towards a direction. What you said was actually true. Let's follow it. There is not an ounce of doubt in his voice. It's quite strange, but I'm glad we can progress smoothly without any arguments. We silently keep our eyes on the charm as we follow it through the mist. After a while, the mist starts to clear up. Whoa! Yo, we're in a new area! Oh god, it's a bridge. And there's a cliff. We're gonna die. What appears before us is something we never saw before. What is a gap like that doing here? In front of us is a deep crevice separating the forest in half. I can see the mountain with the shrine building up ahead, so it is clear we need to cross it. There definitely wasn't a crevice this deep near Heavenly Mist. Something clearly abnormal with this place. The charm tugs me toward a suspension bridge that connects to the other side. It falls limp when we arrive at our side of the bridge. I suppose we will need to cross it. Lambert looks around both sides of the crevice. Apparently so. There's no other way around here as far as I can see. I just wish that this bridge would look more reliable. The bridge looks as if it is built with little thought. The ropes are a bit too thin, and there are large gaps between the rope holding up the handle. The wooden planks are quite old, and looks like they can crack at any moment. Oh, great. I seriously doubt the thing can hold up our weight. How about we cross it one by one? I stare at the bridge skeptically. It might look fragile, but it should still be able to support the weight of a single person. Don't worry, I can go first. I'm fast. I could probably sprint back here if something goes wrong. No, let me go first. Wait, but aren't you? It's nice that he's considering me, but I am a guide too. I have been dependent on his guidance since I got here. This is something I can handle by myself. You're clearly heavier than me. What if you go first and the bridge cracks before I can get across? I suppose that makes sense. Just be careful and grab the rope tightly if anything goes wrong. I'll try to help you. I nodded him gratefully. Thanks. That gives me the peace of mind. It's nothing. I take a hesitant step on the bridge. The entire structure dips down a little, but still feels pretty secure. I grab the rope on one side of the bridge. Feeling somewhat unbalanced, I stretch my other hand to grab onto the rope on the opposite side too. It's quite uncomfortable since the bridge is a bit wide, but I feel much more confident this way. Okay, here goes nothing. I take a step. The bridge dips a bit more underneath my feet, but nothing more than that. I take another step. Nothing. Then another. Despite how it looks, the bridge is actually pretty secure. I think Ah! Look, it's dancing! Dun, 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 dun. As I step near the center of the bridge suddenly shakes violently. Getting caught off guard, I lose my grip on one of the ropes. Ah! I grip both my hands tightly on the remaining rope, but it causes the bridge to dip to one side. The dip in the bridge shakes violently, causing me to finally lose my footing. No! Hey! There's a photo, guys. Suddenly I feel a warm, firm hand wrapped around my back, pulling me back to my balance. The shaking abruptly stops. Looking up, I see Lambert's concerned face so close to mine. Hey! Nice save, dude! Nice catch! You alright? That was dangerous. My face heats up. I can still feel his hand securely on my back. Hey! Oh, I love their bits! Okay, so Astor has a hoodie and some jeans. Okay. Not bad. Thanks. I'm so grateful he decided to save me, despite seeing the danger. Still, we need to get out of this forest first. What was that, though? I was sure I didn't feel any wind back there. That shaking certainly wasn't natural. It happened out of the blue. In unnatural directions. It was like the bridge had a mind of its own, and it stopped just as sudden. I shudder at the thought of the bridge I just stepped on being sentient. We're almost at the halfway point. It seems to be in the clear for now. Let's get to the other side as fast as possible. I nod, then look down at his hand still resting on my waist. I start to blush. Lambert looks flustered as he notices my gaze. It's best that we grab each other so we can walk in balance. Plus, it's easier for me to help you this way. Yeah, that makes sense. I also grab the back of his coat. He seems to notice it and nods at me encouragingly. The rest of the crossing passes a lot more peacefully than I expected. God! Okay, cool. And I think on that note, we'll end it there. Holy! Alright, so we crossed the Bridge of Death. A sentient Bridge of Death. So next time, we're now on the other side, we'll find out what happens. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye!